1, 2, 2. Good. Oh. So, I don't know why that's like that. Yeah, mute. Good, Paul?
Yes.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Robinson Park here in Wisconsin Rapids. It is playoff time here in central Wisconsin as the Assumption Royals, the number 1 seed, will take on the Cochrane-Fountain City Pirates here, the number 4 seed tonight. And before we get into all the pregame stuff and all this stuff, we talked about it all year, Paul. 6 Merriwood teams vying for a regional final. Unfortunately, at the end of the night, only 4 of them could still be alive, with 4 of them playing each other tonight in Stratford and Edgar and Auburndale and Marathon. But it's a special time of the year right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you what, that rematch between Stratford and Edgar is going to be an interesting one. Stratford, of course, getting beat twice by Edgar during the regular season, but obviously having a fantastic record, Laney Pankratz on the mound. So I expect that to be a good ball game. You can check that out on Zaleski Sports. And then over in Auburndale, again, Marathon played them really close the first go-around at 4-2. So at 4-2, so it's one of those deals where, again, I think it's going to be a really interesting night of contests in terms of how it goes. Steve, I would envision here. Good luck to Newman Catholic tonight.
Yep.
They're up at Wabita Leona into the regional final. We talked about how tough that was going to be, how tough of an out they were going to be. So again, 1 win away from sectional. And I think here, you've got the 17-5 Cochrane-Fountain City Pirates going ahead and taking on, a continually young and continually young and improving Royals team. What do you think of tonight's ball game and matchup?
Yeah, it's going to be with Cochrane-Fountain City just playing yesterday. They beat Port Edwards 13-2 last night, and I guess a benefit for them is that they got the 4 seed. So then they didn't have to make 2 trips to central Wisconsin back-to-back nights. Obviously, you didn't know that all the storms are going to happen and all that stuff, but it's going to see how they are coming off the bus legs and just playing last night. Obviously, softball and baseball, you continuously play day after day at times throughout the year. So it's going to be interesting. Assumption not having played since Monday, which was only a 2.5 inning game, and really exploding and showing what they were made of. But we'll see what Bella Holzer has in store for this Assumption powerful offensive lineup here.
Yeah, one of the interesting things about Cochrane-Fountain City, so you can always, when you haven't seen an opponent all year long, you always kind of go to mutual opponents in terms of where that goes, okay? So Cochrane-Fountain City's losses this year at Independence Gilman in the very first game of the year, probably throw that out the window, just, come and take a look at it. They lost at Luther 6-9. Again, that was early in April. They lost to Aquinas, so that's a common opponent between the two. They lost 6-8. Of course, Assumption beat Aquinas here at the Royal Rumble, so that's a good win, but the second side of it. They lost to the 1 seed in Division 4 in that sectional, Melrose Mendoza at 2-6. And then, like I said, then they went on a huge winning streak with their only other loss coming on Wednesday, May 8th, at Pepin Alma, who was ultimately the conference champ. So this is a very talented team. That they're very athletic. They lost in the sectional final to Argyle at Portage for the right to go to the state basketball tournament. So this group of athletes, obviously talented, successful in the basketball side of it, that's translated over to the softball side of it. So now it's kind of a matter of, do the young Royals, we talked about the core of this team. So pitcher, catcher, shortstop, second, center field being strong. But we know that there's a freshman at first, a freshman at third. a freshman in right, a freshman in left, and a freshman that comes in, and a sophomore that has not played a lot that comes in and runs bases. Do those young players step up and be successful tonight, or does some of that lack of experience and nerves catch the Royals like we saw opening night against Sevastopol?
Yep.
So I think that's really the fascinating matchup here, Steve, as you get to a regional final with hardware on the line.
Yeah, absolutely. And you just talked about it, the nerves coming into it, knowing that if you lose, you don't get to play again until next April or next March. So it's a lot of time now for a player like Lydia Smith to step up and say, the lone senior, that this is the time we gotta hunker down and get the job done. Speaking of Pep and Alma in action tonight, it's kind of a fun dynamic. The two teams here, the two runners up in their respective conference, Assumption of the Merowith South and Cochrane-Fountain City in the Dairyland. And then you go to the bottom, Pep and Alma is hosting Columbus, the two conference champions in the Clover Belt East and the Clover Belt East and the in the Dairyland as well. So,
truly a great night on Zaleski Sports. So right now Mosinee is leading Shawano in the fifth inning over in a regional final over in Mosinee. You can catch that game on the network. Pacelli Catholic is beating Rosholt over in Stevens Point. You can catch that game on the network in a regional final. But then we talked about the fact that first pitch is just getting underway between Stratford and Edgar. First pitch is upcoming here between Assumption, Cochrane-Fountain City. You talked about the fact you can find that Pep and Alma Columbus Catholic game live. Everest and Marshfield softball at 5 o'clock. If you've not got a chance to see Cluck pitch from Everest, definitely check that one out.
Yeah, and that's coming off of a Marshfield upset against Hudson the other night, 6-0. So,
and in a game that I think is going to be sneaky good, that young marathon freshman pitcher taking on Auburndale, who has got one of the best spin-it pitchers in the state. And again, you can catch all that action live for free on Zaleski Sports. As Jason Zaleski, the final boss, would say, grab your iPad, grab your iPhone, grab your smart TV. Let's get a game on each of them from that regards and take a look at it. But make sure you keep the volume up for us. We'll have a few dad jokes for you. We'll have a good competitive contest. We'll probably have a brewer update in some way, shape, or form. So it's good stuff. As right now, they're going ahead and announcing the starting lineups currently for Cochrane-Fountain City.
Yeah, and we'll get into that here in just a moment. Speaking of Sevastopol, Assumption's first opponent, making the trip down to Almond Bancroft tonight. Both of those teams 10-run ruled their opponents the other night, and so then the winner of that one will have the opportunity to take on Pacelli next Tuesday here on Zaleski Sports.
It seems like that Almond-Pacelli sectional semifinal game has been a rite of passage the last couple of years. Not saying that Sevastopol certainly can't get them, but it's one of those deals where that's a rematch of the last couple of years and another conference foe that's kind of a heck of a matchup there.
As they go through the starting lineups here.
And Steve, if I'm not mistaken, tonight also is the first round of WIAA baseball,
yes.
if I'm not mistaken, as well. So lots of action, kind of all around, just pretty much all around on the network. A busy night of sports, track sectionals. So you'll have athletes qualifying for state.
We'll have highlights of the Rosholt sectional. Dan Lau over there shooting highlights for us tonight. So we have Columbus Catholic, Elmwood Plum City. Baseball going on right now over at Jack Hackman Field in Marshfield, so you can check out that out as well. So,
and a good luck wishes to Bella Thomas tonight as she runs to requalify to hopefully defend her state title crown. For the Royals, and I believe their meet is over in Bangor as well. So a busy night. If you like high school sports, tonight is one of the absolute best nights of the year.
And there was a lot of regional golf earlier today. Jason Zaleski went and shot highlights of regional golf, and a lot of good local golfers as well. So,
I was watching the golf ball come at me, and it was getting bigger and bigger, and I couldn't understand why. And then, boom, it hit me. So, I understand. So,
we will step aside here for our national anthem. Come back with your first pitch. You're watching high school girls regional final softball action on Zaleski Sports. All right, our national anthem is had, and we're ready to go here in Wisconsin Rapids. Again, the Cochrane-Fountain City Pirates go. McKenna Aspenson, the catcher. Addison Lacey, the center fielder. Bella Holzer, the pitcher. Aubrey Smith, the second baseman. Mackenzie Wagner, the third baseman. Emma Mann, the shortstop. Amelia Lacey, the left fielder. Ariana Sir, the first baseman. And Sienna Smith, the DP. Brooklyn Peeler is the right fielder and the flex player for the Pirates.
Special shout out to the Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln High School Pep Band, along with members of Adams Friendship, who came over and had an outstanding musical version of the national anthem tonight. We really appreciate it. Typically, our producer Olivia goes ahead and sings that, but tonight she is feeling a little bit, her voice was a little bit hoarse. She was a little bit tired, so we appreciate the members of the fellow schools going ahead and with that terrific instrumental version.
Wisconsin Rapids at Chippewa Falls tonight for a big regional final as well, and the winner of that one will get the luxury of taking on Stevens Point next week in a sectional semifinal over at WIAA Park, unless somehow Menominee pulls off one of the biggest upsets of the year.
Well, I'll tell you what, not necessarily calling it an upset, but Mosinee upsetting or beating Spash over on Saturday is is an interesting win. I mean, again, obviously Mosinee a real power in Division II in the state. Their only loss came when, their number one pitcher was not pitching here at the Royal Rumble in terms of where that goes. But, I mean, Mosinee going to be a tough out. That being stated, it was interesting last night, just on a side note, to see the Lakeland T-Birds go ahead and upset. It's a 6 seed versus 3 seed Anago, and they take on New London tonight. And I'll tell you what, that's a scary team coming into your field with Sailor Timmerman pitching. She's one swing and 7 innings with, of course, being the D1 commit to Arkansas from ending your season on your home field where you kind of went, whoa, what is that all about? So good luck to Lakeland tonight. Obviously, good luck to New London. We'll see, if that matchup happens. It looks like Mosinee is going to go ahead and finish off Shawano. So, that sectional game, one of those two teams will be taking on Mosinee next week, but kind of a fun deal. It would be fun to see Sailor Timmerman one more time live before she heads down to although she's a junior, so I was going to say maybe she'll pitch next year. I'm putting the cart before the horse here.
All right, McKenna Aspenson to lead things off here for the Pirates. Good crowd from Cochrane-Fountain City. Made the trip over here and ready to go here tonight. Regional final. Winner. 2 sectionals next week, and they get to take home a plaque to their respective school. Always talk about March Madness for basketball. End of May Madness for sure. You just mentioned the upset in Anago last night. It's a lot of chaos around this time, and a lot of sports going on in the playoff action, and it's a fun time of the year.
Yeah, so, Aspenson jumps early on that first strike offering by Macy Vollert, pulls it down the line, but again, 2 pitches, 2 swings. Deep in the hole, Schooley with a long throw across and gets her. Outstanding play by Anna Schooley as she's able to go ahead and go from deep in the 6th hole with a strike across the field to get her in a bang-bang play. Great play by Anna Schooley to go ahead and start it off. That's an immediate win, Jeb, Steve.
Yeah, that was getting a very fast Aspenson, a very talented freshman down the line. That was a bang-bang play for sure.
Anna Schooley showing off the rifle that she has at short. That was deep in the hole. My goodness, what a throw by Anna Schooley.
Addison Lacey now the center fielder. Bella Holzer to follow her with 1 away here in the top of the first inning. I was thinking about it today. A lot of joy and jubilation this time of the year, and then obviously a lot of heartbreak because in just about 2 hours, somebody's high school career could end on the softball diamond, and probably their whole high school career, with this being the last sport of the year.
I say that a lot when the girls get back on the basketball bus. It's the joy of victory, and then when they take their shoes off, it's the agony of defeat. So, or maybe it's the aroma of defeat. One of the two. I'm not sure. Anyway,
1 ball, 2 strikes. Addison Lacey misses high for a ball. Evens it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes with Bella Holzer waiting on deck.
Lacey looking to shorten it up and maybe slap that thing down the third base line there, as you so often really see a hitter do.
Popped up over to Hahn against the fence, and she makes the catch for the second out.
Really nice play by Delaney. Now, again, you could see the Assumption dugout helping when you take a look at it there. Kylie Carroll, Jordan Jaglinski essentially giving her room. Delaney went ahead and reached her hand out, knew she had room, made that grab. One of those deals where that seems like a pretty routine play, Steve, but that's significantly more challenging when you look at.
Now Bella Holzer, the pitcher, swings and misses, and that is we talked about it 7 weeks ago in the first game. That is a play that Delaney would not have made 2 months ago, and so that's a big growing play there.
Well, and honestly, Steve, I think that's a play that even the Assumption dugout doesn't make 6 to 7 weeks ago, where a lot of times it was what have you, that you could really see how boisterous they were as Macy Vollert's up 0-2 and looking to go ahead and get a strikeout and to throw a scoreless first inning.
This is high for a ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So far, first 2 batters, 2 wonderful defensive plays for the young Royals. I'm sure that makes Coach Nelson and Coach Schill happy when you take a look at it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's see if Macy can go ahead and record her first strikeout here.
And that was fouled into the mitts, and she sure does. As a serve pro, Jamie Wenzel strikeout to end the inning. We've played a half an inning. It is Cochrane-Fountain City 0. Assumption coming up. You're watching high school regional final softball on Zaleski Sports.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
They, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed. It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
Bottom of the first inning we go here in Wisconsin Rapids. It'll be Schooley, Kavanaugh, and Nelson for the Royals. Reminder that today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Key Savings Bank. Unlock the best home, auto, commercial, and personal loans in the Rapids area at Key Savings Bank. No matter what you're financing, Key Savings Bank has a personal touch to put you at ease. Dream big, small rates. Key Savings Bank. It's very rare, and we've seen Anna obviously the last number of years, but it's very rare in this level of softball, and I guess any level of softball, as Schooley starts the game off with a leadoff base hit. I was just going to say, very rare at times to have such a powerful leadoff hitter in softball, and power and speed that Anna has.
That ball is actually hit very similarly in the hole to where Asperson hit her first one. Unfortunately for Cochrane-Fountain City, the shortstop was unable to get it, and now the speedy Anna Schooley is on first base.
And there's the throw, and a good throw, and it's going to end up in center field. And a stolen base for Anna Schooley as Ari Kavanaugh is up at the plate, followed by Claire Nelson. And I believe it was a ball.
In typical fashion, so Anna Schooley going ahead and showing off her speed after getting on base. Now we'll see if Coach Nelson gets aggressive with Ari Kavanaugh on a bunt.
Aspenson, the freshman, behind the plate, says Royals are testing her early, and now it's going to be fouled back. Kavanaugh evens it up at a ball and a strike.
Steve, I would miss out if I wouldn't remind everybody today is National Taffy Day, as May 23rd is across the board. Of course, Laffy Taffy filled with dad jokes, one of my absolute favorite snacks. So, congratulations to all those that enjoy taffy out there.
The 1-1 coming back. Squares the bunt, gets it down, and it's going to be in front of home plate, and it's a base hit for Ari Kavanaugh. And runners at the corners here with nobody out.
So that's an interesting play where that ball bounced. It was bunted, and it essentially bounced 6 inches in front of the plate, maybe a foot. The catcher Asperson actually was so fast that she bounced up, and before it could hit the plate going into foul territory, she touched it and then actually kind of knocked it backwards. That's going to look like a line drive base hit in the books for Ari Kavanaugh.
Runners at the corners now, and Kavanaugh is going to take second with no play. Runners, or the infield plays in for Cochrane-Fountain City, trying to gun out the play at the plate.
Nobody that Assumption would rather have at the plate than Claire Nelson right now.
And Nelson fouls it back and out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike.
A little tardy on the Holzer offering. She definitely reached back to go ahead and throw that. Count is no balls, 2 strikes, not 1 and 1. No balls, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes, trying to help out the scoreboard operators. There we go. Now we got the board right.
Nelson at the plate, the 0-2. Misses high for a ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Our outstanding producer wanted everybody to know that she had the count right at home, so if you were watching home, it's the case. She just wanted to go ahead and float it out there in terms of where it goes.
I want to get your opinion on Laffy Taffy here in just a moment. The 1-2 misses inside, 2-2. So I had a grandma that used to work up at a gas station in Wausau. She would get us Laffy Taffy all the time about the ones that are that big, the normal sized ones. They used to have, like, the 2-2 is going to be driven to center. Backing up and catching it in center field is Lacey. Schooley's going to score. Kavanaugh's going to stand at third. And a sacrifice fly for Claire Nelson scores the first run here tonight for the Royals.
Claire Nelson doing what she's done all year long, and that's knock in runners from base. So, again, Anna Schooley starts it with a single, steals second, advances to third on a Kavanaugh bunt, and Claire Nelson knocks her in on a sacrifice fly. We've seen that pattern before, Steve.
Macy Vollard at the plate with the runner at third and 1 out. Going to be hit up the middle, and Macy Vollard helps her own cause with an RBI base hit, and the Royals jump out to a 2-0 lead.
Cochrane-Fountain City choosing to play in to try to cut down that runner at home costs them an opportunity as Vollert's able to go ahead and sneak one past the second baseman, and the Royals now take the early lead 2-0 as Macy Vollert is on first base, and there's a huddle on the mound.
Yeah, so going back to my Taffy take here. That could be a show, right? That's a new podcast.
I do like it.
But the Laffy Taffies used to have stuff in them or on them. Like they used to have watermelon ones that had little black seeds on them. They had cherry ones that had sprinkles on them. And then all of a sudden they were gone. And they still make, obviously they make long Laffy Taffies, but nothing with stuff in them anymore, and it's really disappointing.
I always liked the little cubed taffy that you had. That to me was, especially when it would harden up a little bit, then you can kind of chew on a little bit, and then you get to the gummy center. It was absolutely outstanding. My favorite Laffy Taffy joke of all time, I still can remember, is what's better than a happy farmer?
What's that?
A Jolly Rancher. So.
Smith looks at a ball low, 1 ball and 1 strike.
So I thought that one was a pretty one, a pretty good one. The other one that I always liked is what type of tree grows in your hands? A palm tree, of course. So, anyway, enough Laffy Taffy jokes, but it is pretty interesting.
The 1-1, Smits fouls it at the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at first and 1 out here for Assumption, leading 2-0. Lydia Smits, Lexi Stofflet awaiting on deck. We'll get into the congratulatory here for Lexi in just a moment. The 1-2 is off speed, low and away.
So just super quick, just because I thought it was interesting, and this is dead serious. In the 19th century, the most common parties were actually called candy pulls or taffy parties, and it was made by buttering up your hand and boiling sugar, and that's where taffy actually comes from. So just as an interesting side thought, like that was kind of the case. But today is actually National Taffy Day. And I'll stop talking about it now because I'm sure I bored everybody at home. But 3 balls, 2 strikes, count is full, 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Royals up 2-0. Macy Vollard on first, Lydia Smits on deck.
The 3-2 coming back.
Bat.
Going to be knuckled, and it's going to just die in the dirt. Throw to first, and it gets away. Vollard's heading to third. Smits will stay at first. Now there's runners at the corners here for the Royals, and now Lexi Stofflet at the plate.
Steve, the term that I'm going to use would be cue shot. So that ball was fisted off of her knuckles, and it spun and it spun and it spun. Really just outside of the pitcher's mound in first base. First baseman had to come in, pitcher threw it. Second baseman was a little late getting there. And now first and third, and Lexi Stofflet has got a chance to go ahead and extend this lead. Very important to put a ball in play.
Everybody's safe as Smits takes second.
By the way, I was going to compliment Cochrane-Fountain City. So we've seen the Royals take that extra base pretty frequently. I thought that throw to shortstop where she had the opportunity to take her out and Assumption didn't score the run was maybe the best I've seen that defended all year long.
Infield plays in again. Stofflet down the line. It's a fair ball. Vollard scores. Smith scores. And the all-conference freshman takes second on a 2 RBI double.
Lexi Stofflet did a terrific job of going ahead and keeping her hands in and lacing a hard hit ball down the right field line. 4-0 Royals, bottom of the first inning, only one out. Talk about the exact start that Coach Nelson and Coach Schill were looking for. Could not draw it up any better.
Just Norton now at the plate, the designated player with Kylie Carroll on deck. Stofflet stands at second with one out. There's a swing and a miss just behind, and it's 0-1. Reminder to visit Marshfield May 31st through June 2nd. Check out marshfieldchamber.com for all the details. See you in Marshfield for a fun-filled weekend. That's Marshfield Dairy Fest, May 31 through June 2.
Steve, in the world of go figure, in the bottom of the second inning, Edgar 2, Stratford 0. It's interesting how Edgar has just seemed to have had Stratford's number.
Yeah, yep. There's a strike to Norton, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Auburndale and Marathon scoreless after the first inning. Just kind of checking around the network.
Yeah, the winner of those 2 games will play each other next week in a sectional semifinal. Last year was, from what I was told, Auburndale's first ever regional final in softball, regional final championship in softball.
Wow, that seems amazing given some of the talent that Coach Schulte has had over that direction.
There's a 2-2 swing on a miss, and Norton goes down for the first strikeout on the second out of the inning. We'll bring up now right fielder Kylie Carroll. As the weather warms up, look to Rapids Shimada Heating and Cooling in Wisconsin Rapids, right down the street here. They've got more than 100 years of making your home and business comfortable. Call Rapids Shimada Heating and Cooling today.
Excellent time of the year to go ahead and get your air conditioner looked at. That warm weather is right around the corner. You're going to want to make sure that is functioning beforehand. As Carroll squares the bunt, I believe she offered, but it's going to be a pass ball on the catcher, so she's going to advance. We'll see if they take a look at it. I believe that was called a strike.
Oh, we'll see what
we'll see with what the call is in terms of where it goes. Maybe Kylie was able to pull it back.
The offering home. Carroll pops it up, and we'll see what we got here. But 4-0 Assumption.
Looks like the count is correct. 1 ball, 1 strike. So she must have pulled it back on the first offering. I didn't think that she got it back in time, but I'm a long way away and can't really see. So we'll go from there. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. 4-0 Royals, bottom of the first inning. Now there's 2 strikes. Okay, so 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the first inning, Royals ahead based upon strong production from the top of their order, including an important line drive double, which now has Lexi Stofflet standing at third with Carroll up at the plate.
Holzer comes set. The right-hander fires home. This is high for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes with Delaney Hahn waiting on deck. For any size job when you need equipment, look to Wood Street Rentals, offering a great variety of rental equipment to help you get the job done with delivery service to any job site. It is Wood Street Rentals. The 2-2 home. Going to be knuckled foul, and oopsie swing, but it still works on a foul ball.
Coach Nelson instructing Kylie to take a little bit of a step back as she got jammed in terms of where it goes. But again, Kylie doing her best Bee Gees impression as she's staying alive.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Bella Holzer comes set. Got her looking to end the first inning, but it was a productive one for the Royals. They score 4 runs on 5 hits and leave 1. We've played 1 complete. 4-0 Assumption. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
Hey everybody, Nat over at Wheeler Chevrolet, and now going on the Red Tag sales event. Take an extra $500 off select models, Chevy Silverado, the Trailblazer, the Equinox Blazer, and more. Stop on in and talk to one of our sales consultants today. And Merry Christmas from Wheeler Chevrolet.
Wondering what to feed your team after work, the game, or this weekend? Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids has tasty, char-broiled burgers for any hungry appetite. From the classic hamburger to the famous Chips Champ and everything in between, check out our daily specials. Stop inside to enjoy your meal with comfortable seating. See our complete menu of burgers, hot ham and cheese, hot beef, chicken and fish, fries, rings, curds, and ice cream served year-round. In a hurry? Same great menu in the drive-thru. Chips Hamburgers in Marshfield and Wisconsin Rapids.
Aubrey Smith to lead things off here for the Pirates in the top of the second inning, trailing 4-0. Just foul past Moss, and it's 0-1.
Steve, do you know why Cochrane-Fountain City is referred to as the Pirates?
I do not.
They just are.
Score from Stratford, Edgar 2, Stratford 1. They're in the top of the third inning already. Pacelli up big on Rochelt, as expected. Marathon and Auburndale in the top of the second inning scoreless. Columbus Catholic up 2-0 on Elmwood Plum City. They're in the top of the second inning. Last time we saw Elmwood Plum City, they pushed daggers through the hearts of Assumption basketball fans when they won at the buzzer against the boys in regional playoffs.
That was a heck of a contest back and forth. I think since we've been talking again, the young man from Elmwood Plum City scored about 3 more times. Unbelievable, the performance. I can't remember what his name was, but boy, I think he had a 50 burger that night. He was very, very impressive.
DC Everest up 2-0 on Marshfield, and score from Pepin Alma. They're in the bottom of the first inning. Now it's popped up, and Macy Vollert calls off Hahn for the first out of the inning.
You know, Steve, that play is a really nice play by Macy Vollert where she took charge. Delaney Hahn came in, and you just saw Macy go into not only box-out mode, but very verbal that she had it, making sure that she didn't have the collision, recording an important first out.
Mackenzie Wagner now at the plate, the third baseman. Score from Alma Pepin, Columbus 1, and Pepin Alma 0 through the first inning. And 1-0 to Wagner. So the winner of that game will play the winner of this game next Tuesday, the 28th, in a sectional semifinal.
Of course, if Cochrane-Fountain City wins tonight, the winner of that game will host.
Yep.
If Assumption wins, they'll be right back here at Robinson Park on a beautiful night for softball. By the way, boy, talk about raining cats and dogs the last couple days. Holy goodness.
There's a swing and a miss. 1-2 now to Wagner. Yeah, crazy storms through Tuesday and just pop-up storms yesterday. And
actually, earlier, even today, about 2 o'clock today, it hit a little thunder, lightning, a little bit of rain that came down.
1-2 misses high, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Steve, are you aware of do you know when it rains money?
When's that?
Of course, when there's change in the weather.
2 balls and 2 strikes to Mackenzie Wagner. Vollert gets a foul back, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Mackenzie Wagner doing a really nice job of staying alive. She's got a nice looking swing, Steve. Really goes ahead and gets that the bat through quickly. Vollert doing a nice job of locating that low, but she's really doing a nice job of going ahead and getting that bat through to keep it alive.
The 2-2 misses just a bit high, and it's 3-2.
Nice off-speed pitch for Macy, but unfortunately was not able to go ahead and get the favorable call from the home plate umpire.
The 3-2. And draws a walk. First base runner for CFC is a 1-out walk. Now Emma Mann, the shortstop.
We'll see if Cochrane-Fountain City coaches decide to go ahead and test the arm of Claire Nelson, or we'll see if even maybe they perhaps try to go ahead and advance the runner. Down 4-0. Outs are at a premium, but at this point, you really want to see if you can get yourself back into it, right?
Absolutely. Yep, that's there's a swing and a miss, especially with the top of the order coming up for Assumption. in the bottom of the second inning.
The two corner infielders, both Madison Moss and Delaney Hahn, both cheating in a little bit, expecting the ball, but really got to watch the batter's hands to see if she's going to square or not.
Doesn't again, and swings and misses at a high one, and it's 0-2. Amelia Lacey on deck. Have to clean off home plate, and then we'll be
distant relative of Cagney and Lacey, if I'm not mistaken. Probably mistaken on that, I guess.
Runner at first and one out. Pollard comes set and fires. Misses high. Didn't get her to chase, and it's 1-2. Runner at first and one out here for Cochrane-Fountain City. Regional final action here on Zaleski Sports tonight. On a beautiful afternoon. There's a swing and miss for Vollerts. Her second strikeout. That's a Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout. Make sure you call Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the number one choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro, like it never even happened. Lacey now at the plate with a runner at first. Also, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Get a free quote from Carrie Van Aert State Farm on auto, homeowners, life insurance, renters, and more. For both Wisconsin Rapids and Marshfield, find Carrie Van Aert State Farm on Facebook. Get started today.
Macy Vollert continues to pound the strike zone, and she takes she goes ahead and throws a first pitch in for a strike on Lacey. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the second inning here.
Popped up out of play, first base side, and it's 0-2. Ariana Sir waiting on deck for the Pirates. The 0-2 coming back. Vollert wheels and deals. Misses a bit high. Wasted pitch, trying to get her to chase. 1-2.
Steve, I'm drawn to how important that first play by Anna Schooley was in this particular ball game, was to throw that deep throw across first base.
There's a swing and a miss for Vollert. Lacey goes down, and back-to-back Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeouts to end our second inning. We've played 1.5, 4-0 Assumption. Back after this on Zaleski Sports.
Welcome to Bruce Orthodontics, where we provide comprehensive orthodontic care to patients of all ages. We are now accepting new patients, and we accept most insurances.
Orthodontics is much more than just a job to me. It is my passion and my life. What separates us from other orthodontists is constant continuing education for myself and my staff, compassion, and dedication. Here at Bruce Orthodontics, we change lives one smile at a time. I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
You're tuned in to Better Halves. Mike, what are you looking for?
Skip, I'm not getting older. I'm getting better. I still got big plans for my life and my Medicare.
I know exactly what you want from Medicare. Same as all the other guys. Me!
Hey, Mike, I'm Sheila from Security, and I'm just like you. In fact, I'm from your neighborhood, and I've got a Medicare plan that treats you like you.
Did it just get better in here?
Delaney Hahn to lead things off here for the Royals. 9-1-2 for Assumption as we play in the bottom of the second. I apologize. I apologize to Paul. I apologize to everybody here with the coughing. Between kids and allergies, it's a deadly combination there. So
well, I'll tell you
it'll
what,
happen.
and right now the pollen, you can maybe even see it, on camera a little bit. The pollen right now is really thick. When you get a good wind, you can almost see it like it almost looks like it's snowing out on the field at some point. So certainly for all the allergy sufferers out there, we hope that you're feeling better.
And I will be honest with you, until I moved down to Southern Illinois for college, I had no allergies. I went down there, picked them up, and came back, and it's been terrible ever since.
Blaming Illinois again. I like it.
Hahn fouls it straight back.
Did you, Steve? Do you know why the tomato bless?
Why is that?
Because it saw the salad dressing. So, speaking with our,
I've definitely heard that one before.
Speaking with our national Laffy Taffy theme. So
the 1-2 to Hahn. It was a low for a ball. 2-2. Closing in on 5:30 here in Central Wisconsin. Steve Maves, Paul Jaglinski, and maybe she doesn't want me to mention her because of all this craziness, but Olivia Zimmerman producing for us again here tonight. The 2-2 to Hahn is going to be dribbled over to second. That's Smith. Underhands it to first for the first out.
Nice job by Smith staying down on that play. Sometimes when that ball comes through the base paths over there, it can twinkle a little bit, if you will. Did a nice job staying down, recording the first out, and that brings the top of the order back up for the second time for the Royals as Anna Schooley steps to the plate. Singled, stole the base, advanced to third, scored on a Claire Nelson sacrifice, her first trip. So we'll see if Anna can continue to stay hot at the plate.
Anna Schuley at the plate for Assumption. And that was going to be hit over to short, and there's it out. Nice play over there by Mann, and there's 2 up and 2 down.
Another nice play from the shortstop from deep in the hole, similar to Schooley in the first inning. Shortstop showing off that they have unbelievably strong arms as she was able to really go ahead and throw a dart across field.
Erie Kavanaugh now at the plate with 2 away.
Lake Erie Kavanaugh, right?
Yeah. Single last time for Ari. First one misses high for a ball, and it's 1-0. Just trying to see if he's paying attention. He wasn't, so.
Having a little fun with our enunciation up here in terms of where it goes. Again, for everybody at home, we do try our best.
Kavanaugh to right, backing up. It's over her head. That one's going to one-hop the wall.
Steve, she's going to think about scoring on this.
And she's going to round second, head to third, and a 2-out triple for Ari Kavanaugh. That was a heck of a relay there for the Pirates. Kavanaugh wheels in for a 2-out triple.
Shortstop right fielder to shortstop to third. When Kavanaugh came around first, you could see it in her eyes. Coach Nelson was already starting to come down the line, thinking it was going to be the case, maybe if that throw got away. But Cochrane-Fountain City did an outstanding job keeping that in. Kavanaugh with the triple. Now we'll see if Nelson can come up with a big hit to extend this lead for the Royals.
Claire Nelson or a sacrifice fly, and she does right down the line. And with a fist pump from Charlie Nelson as Claire will head into second with an RBI double for the Royals.
Coach Nelson giving the big approval for Claire as she was able to go ahead and lace a double down the left field line to extend the lead 5-0 for the Royals.
Another Oppo Taco hit here tonight. Had a big one there from Ari. Had a 2 RBI opposite field double for Lexi Stofflet in the first. Now Macy Vollert at the plate with 2 outs and a run across.
So many times this year, Steve, for the Royals, Claire Nelson has come up with runners in scoring position and has just been able to go ahead and find a way to manufacture runs, really having an outstanding season.
The 1-0 rolls in there. Good stop behind the plate, and it's 2-0. Again, if you have any score updates that you want to share with us, make sure you put them in the chat box, or you can send them to us on Facebook. Always appreciate those. The 2-0, that one's a wild pitch. Nelson to third with 2 outs and a 3-0 count.
Usually helpful if they're correct. Every now and then you get a shyster like Josh Paltz that goes ahead and feeds some false information. But, again, we like to go ahead and make sure that we do pass along that information if you can. Thank you to everyone going ahead and watching the broadcast, by the way. It's always nice to go ahead and be able to bring you high school sports live and for free here on Zaleski Sports.
The 3-0 is going to be hit back up the middle, and a 3-0 green light there for Macy Vollert. Puts one into center field, and another 2-out base hit for the Royals. Drives in another run.
2 opportunities, 2 up the middle singles for Lacey Vollert. The first one for Macy. The first one was past the second baseman. The second was past the shortstop. And here in the bottom of the second inning, the Royals are up 6-0 on Cochrane-Fountain City.
Reminder, today's broadcast brought to you in part by SC Swiderski. An SCS apartment or home is where you want to live, work, and play all throughout central Wisconsin, the Chippewa Valley, and the Fox Valley. No matter where you live, look to SC Swiderski to make you feel right at home. Visit scswiderski.com for more. Score from Pep and Alma. They're in the bottom of the second inning. Still 1-0 Columbus Catholic.
How about a score from Stratford in the top of the fourth inning? Edgar 2, Stratford 1.
Smits pops it up and out of the reach there of Sir. And Lydia gets another shot here. That's first pitch. 0-1 here to Lydia. Runner at first and 2 outs. 6-0 Assumption.
Elsewhere on the network, and what doesn't surprise us that much, Marathon 0, Auburndale 0, top of the third inning. Pitcher's duel over there as well.
Smith fouls it off the knuckles again. She had as Paul mentioned, she had the cue shot her first time up, able to get on and then come around to score back in the first inning. Appreciate Joe Anderson driving down to Pepin tonight. Again, at this time of the year, having to go all over the area, all over the states, and Joe, big shout out to Joe. Now it's going to be lifted to right field, and in front of Peel, it's going to get past, and they're going to send Macy Vollert around third.
Going to have a play at the plate.
And they got her at home. Another fantastic relay by the Pirates results in an out at home to end our second inning. So Brooklyn Peeler, again, getting the job done. She had a nice relay against Kavanaugh, but this one results in an out at home to end our second inning. 2 across for the Royals. They lead 6-0. Back after this. Selesky Sports.
Couldn't possibly go through all this stuff by yourself, especially since Dad isn't as young and mobile as he used to be. You know, I'd love to help if I had more time between work, kids, and their activities. Have you considered getting any help?
I'd love to, but I don't know who to call.
Kushel & Kushel, removal and recycling services for seniors, handicaps, and those who need help. We do the dirty work so you don't have to. From painting, landscaping, moving, chores, and more. Please give David a call at 715-323-5762.
Join us for Marshfield's Dairy Fest. Friday, May 31st is the Mayor's Breakfast, 5:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. At 5 p.m., head to Columbia Park for family-friendly entertainment. Also, enjoy free live music at the Wenzel Family Plaza. Saturday, June 1st, the parade starts at 11 a.m. In the afternoon, the Pie and Ice Cream Social is at Upham Mansion. Nuts Deep 2 will be hosting outdoor beverage garden with live music. For more information, visit marshfieldchamber.com.
Top of the third inning we go here for Cochrane-Fountain City. It'll be 8-9-1 for the Pirates against Macy Vollert back out there leading 6-0. Ariana Sir. Nobody on, nobody out to start the third here. And the umpire wasn't ready, and we'll reset
Hey,
for
Olivia. Hey, Olivia, do you know what a tree's favorite beverage is? Root beer, of course. So
I'm a big fan of root beer as well. Leadoff base hit, first hit of the game for Cochrane-Fountain City comes to the number 8 hitter, Sir. And there's a runner at first and nobody out.
Ariana did a great job taking that inside fastball from Macy Vollert, just going ahead and hitting the ball up the middle of the field, kind of giving Macy a little bit of a taste of her own medicine as she's singled up the middle twice. Ariana says, I see that, the single up the middle, and we'll take a look at it. As that brings up number 1, Serena Smith, which is a very important batter in this particular ballgame for Macy Vollert.
There's a bunt. Nice sacrifice bunt. Throw to first, and it's off the glove of Kavanaugh. And an error there will result in runners at the corners back for the top of the order for Cochrane-Fountain City.
So that's something you don't really expect to see. The normally sure-gloved Ari Kavanaugh over at first. Macy Vollert did a nice job of fielding it. A little bit of a low throw, a little bit of a miscommunication, and now it brings up the top of the order with runners on first and third. Top of the third inning, 6-0 Royals, but Cochrane-Fountain City definitely in business.
Kenna Aspenson at the plate. She was gunned down by Schooley to begin the game. Now runners at the corners for the Pirates. Inside corner, good for a strike on the freshman catcher, and it's 0-1.
Steve, you know where a Pirate gets his hook for a hand?
Where's that?
The second hand store, of course.
2 on and nobody out here for the Pirates. Vollert looks in, the 0-1. And check swing off the handle. Wow.
The absolute equivalent of an excuse me swing where trying to pull her bat back but left just the end of that bat out. Came off of really a fortunate break for Assumption, because if not, that ball was going to hit her and you were going to have bases full. So no balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Top of the third inning, 6-0 Royals, but runners on first and third for the Cochrane-Fountain City.
That was going to be hit past third and foul, and it remains 0-2.
Delaney Hahn showing off her cat-like speed and reflexes as she was able to snag that down the line.
Stop Construction is a premier builder of municipal and industrial water and wastewater treatment systems in the Midwest. Stop Construction, a 100% employee-owned company. The 0-2. High and away. Again, try to get her to chase. Nothing happening, and it remains 1-2.
So the pitch was called an illegal pitch by Macy Vullert. I don't know if she threw it early or if he had said that perhaps she had a hop and that her foot did not maintain contact with the rubber. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. An illegal pitch is just a ball in terms of where it goes. It's an immediate dead ball in softball, just as an FYI.
The 1-2 coming back. We hit foul straight back. First time I've seen it. I don't know if Olivia was there or not, but we were at a softball game on Friday, Wisconsin Rapids and Menasha. First time I've seen a 10-second violation called in high school softball. So,
really?
Yeah. The girl wasn't in the batter's box in time, and she struck out.
Wow.
The 1-2 missed outside. Throw down to second, and off the glove again of Schooley. The throw home. And Cochrane-Fountain City scores here in the third inning. Royals throwing the ball around.
So Coach Nelson, assumingly, Steve decides that he was going to try to take the out at second base to limit the inning. Unfortunately, an errant throw by Claire Nelson goes ahead and gets away from Anna Schooley. Cochrane-Fountain City gets their first run on, is that an error?
No, stolen base, I would say. For her to score. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so, I mean, probably Aaron Nelson on that. Anyway, look at it. 6-1, top of the third inning, now runner on second base for Cochrane-Fountain City.
That was going to be popped up and drifting out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes here to Aspenson.
Somewhere, if Greg Scott is listening at home, maybe we'll have him go ahead and send in what that official ruling is in terms of where it goes. I know baseball,
He's probably
softball
celebrating
like
pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I would think so. Congratulations to Mosinee on their regional championship as they await the winner of Lakeland and New London.
Off speed and a beauty for Vollert. Strikes out Aspenson for the 4th strikeout of the day. That's a Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout, and that's a big one. Make sure you call Jamie Wenzel at Serve Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro, like it never even happened.
Macy said, I'm sick of everybody putting the ball in play. I'm just going to go ahead and take care of it myself. As, again, that changeup really did a nice job of freezing Asperson. So 1 out here in the top of the third inning. However, Cochrane-Fountain City on the board with their first run, 6-1 Royals.
And now it's going to be popped up behind a shortstop. It's going to be in for a base hit. And Smits didn't hit the cutoff man. And so Lacey heads to second with a base hit.
You know, Steve, we talked about it, about the best of Assumption and the worst of Assumption. You've seen, although you haven't seen it come from those younger players, but there's been some real rough defense in this particular inning that has cost the Royals. If you think about the bunt attempt at first, the overthrow, maybe the errant throw from Claire up the middle. So Cochrane-Fountain City runners on second and third, 1 out. Opportunity to get right back in this ball game.
Pitcher Bella Holzer at the plate, looks at a strike, and it's 0-1.
Holzer is the number 3 hitter for Cochrane-Fountain City.
2 in scoring position with 1 out. The pitcher trying to help help her own cause here, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Aubrey Smith on deck. 2 in scoring position with 1 out for the Pirates, trailing 6-1 here in the top of the third inning. Going to be hit, and under the glove of Hahn, they will try and send to Lacey. The throw home is not going to be had, and heading to second will be Holzer, and the Pirates score 2.
So exactly what Cochrane-Fountain City needed to do is they got the bottom portion of their order on base, and then went ahead and used the top portion of their order to go ahead and cut this lead in half. So a 6-0 deficit, pretty daunting. 6-3 with the runner on second, still only 1 out, your 4-hitter up, completely different task.
Aubrey Smith at the plate coming up. Solaris customers have enjoyed the same low price for 5 years running. No tricks, no gimmicks, no kidding. Packages starting at $49.99 a month. Visit Solaris.net today and learn more. Holzer stands at second with 1 out now for Aubrey Smith.
So Smith, the second baseman, made a nice play in the top half of the inning to go ahead and retire the first out for the Royals, seeing if she can go ahead and cut into this lead even further.
First one is swung on and missed at a high fastball. She wanted it. Got a little too aggressive and missed.
Would you say cut into the deficit or cut into the lead? Cut into the deficit probably, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt like a double negative to me. So
yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, you look at it, 6-3 Royals, runner on second base. She's trying to pull Cochrane-Fountain City closer.
Follard wheels and deals. Inside just missed, and he evens it up at a ball and a strike.
Nice eye by Smith there to go ahead and work that count a little bit deeper on Macy.
Runner at second is Holzer with one out. As Paul mentioned, the bottom of this Cochrane-Fountain City order getting the job done. 1-1. Swung on and missed. Behind it, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Mackenzie Wagner on deck.
Elsewhere, just for those of you wondering, in the bottom of the fourth inning, Edgar still leading Stratford 2-1 over in Stratford.
Stratford, of course, a state qualifier last year. Swung on and missed. And down goes Smith. A big strikeout there for Vollerts. Strikeout number 5 for Macy. And that will bring up Mackenzie Wagner.
Steve, everybody always thinks that you can hit the high fastball. The answer is you can't. Your eyes say, yes, I can, but unfortunately it's just hard to go ahead and catch up with it.
Runner at second is Holzer with 2 outs. First one misses high for a ball, 1-0.
Mackenzie Wagner was very patient and worked a walk in the first inning. Again, as I may mention, she's got a good-looking swing.
Good speed at second for the Pirates. Going to be hit into left center field, and now it's going to get all the way to the wall. Holzer will score. Wagner's looking for third. She'll stay there, and an RBI double for Mackenzie.
You know, Steve, I just have to compliment the fight back of Cochrane-Fountain City. These Pirates definitely are not going away. I don't know, you know, we've watched all year long. I can't remember a lot of 4-run innings that Macy Vollert has given up. And at 6-0, this game would have been pretty easy to feel like it was going ahead and getting away. But Cochrane-Fountain City has battled through to cut this deficit to 6-4, and they're still not done yet.
Since 2005, Metallico has been one of North America's largest secondary aluminum billet producers, offering hundreds of jobs to the Wisconsin Rapids area. Your next career is just a call or stop away. Learn more about working at Metallico at metallico.com or stop in to apply at their plant in Wisconsin Rapids. Coach Schill has a quick meeting. That'll give us time to get you a score update from Pepin-Alma. They're in the bottom of the third. Columbus Catholic, a 2-run third inning. They lead Pepin-Alma 3-1 in the bottom of the third. Wisconsin Valley Conference showdown. DC Everest leads Marshfield 4-0. They're in the bottom of the fourth inning. Elmwood Plum City leads Columbus Catholic 4-2. They're in the top of the second. There's a swing and a miss. Emma Mann at the plate.
Steve, how about over in Auburndale where it's 0-0 between Auburndale and Marathon in the top of the fourth inning? Once again, that Marywood South continuing to be a real tough battle. We'd love to hear if someone's got a Newman Catholic versus Wabeno score.
Popped up and out of play behind the third base dugout, and it's 0-2. Other ones around the area as Pacelli Rochelt's already over. Mosinee already knocked off Shawano, so all of our games live and ready to go. The 0-2 going to be hit off the end of the bat. Moss underhands it, bobbles it, everybody's safe. Mann will reach on the third error of the inning for the Royals. And runners back at the corners for Lacey, the ninth hitter of the inning.
Similar to Lydia Schmitz's hit in similar to the first hit by Lydia Schmitz in the first inning. That was another cue shot that was just well placed. Madison Moss came in to charge that ball. Unfortunately, because of the spin, she was unable to grab it clearly, and the fleet-footed Man went ahead and reached base. So now runners on first and third, 2 outs.
Popped up, tough play. Kavanaugh behind first will make the play and end the third inning. But 4 for the Pirates. They leave 2. We played 2.5. New score. Assumption 6. Alma Pepin 4. Back after this. Zaleski Sports.
Hi, I'm Shai from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Business owners share so many challenges, but there's one challenge that has an easy solution. Branding your business with creative graphics and a plethora of effective print marketing options is as easy as Quality Plus Printing. With over 30 years of marketing expertise and a track record of happy customers, you can trust in Quality Plus Printing to develop the perfect brand for you. As a business owner, you have enough to focus on. Give yourself a break and trust in Quality Plus Printing on 8th Street in Wisconsin Rapids, or find us at qpprinting.com. That's qpprinting.com.
Anyway, so you got another.
Lexi Stofflet to lead things off here, followed by Jess Norton and Kylie Carroll. This is a big inning for Bella Holzer, you would assume, for Cochrane-Fountain City. You want to put a 0 on the board, get those bats right back up there for the Pirates to see what you can do.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I am really impressed at the fight for Cochrane-Fountain City as they were able to go ahead and respond, picking up 4 very important runs, cutting this back to a 2-run game. For this inning for the Royals, it's very important, Steve, I think, that you at least get one person on base so that you get yourself back to the top of the order in the 4th inning.
Stofflet at the plate, 2 RBI doubler last time up, and now it's going to be popped up and out of play. 0-1.
Yeah, Lexi roped a hard hit line drive down the right field line in the 1st inning to go ahead and get Assumption their 4th run in that particular inning.
Yeah, those we'll talk about it here in just a second. The 0-1 from Holzer swung on to miss, but that little 2-out rally that Assumption had in the bottom of the 2nd inning, where they were able to scratch across those 2 runs with a triple by Kavanaugh, double by Nelson, looms large when they gave up 4.
Yeah, for Cochrane-Fountain City, it's one of those deals where you can see even with Holzer now, it looks like she's gone ahead and settled in. Looks like all the nerves are kind of out. Now I think we got a softball game. Again, I super impressed with the response on the top of the 3rd.
The 1-2. It's low and in, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And if you're the Royals and Coach Nelson and Coach Schill, you got to go ahead and shake that inning off. Unfortunately, a majority of that inning was self-inflicted wounds, whether it be not hitting the right cutoff or not making the simple plays, which allowed Cochrane-Fountain City to go ahead and take advantage of the couple hits.
2-2 missed inside just a bit, and the count runs full now to Stofflet. Aspenson really wanted that one bad and just missed the inside corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Stofflet. Holzer looking into the dugout, gets the pitch that she wants. Can be hit over to first and into right field. Back-to-back hits for Lexi Stofflet here to start tonight, and she got that extra opportunity and took advantage of it.
Once again, opposite field hit by Lexi Stofflet, doing a good job keeping her hands in and swinging the bat hard. Lexi has had, obviously, an outstanding year for the Royals. I think from the first night when we saw Assumption without Lexi, when they got beat by Sevastopol to what have you, hard not to feel like she's not one of the brightest surprises for the Royals. Another real bright surprise is what they've gotten out of here, Jess Norton, the designated player who's now coming up number 25 in your programs.
Strikeout victim back in the 1st inning, followed by Kylie Carroll and Delaney Hahn. The last 4 hitters for this Assumption team, all freshmen. Now it's going to be hit into left center field, and the throw to second won't be had as Stofflet froze for a second, and now there's runners at first and second for Kylie Carroll.
Really a big hit by Norton to go ahead and lace that line drive to center field.
And now Kylie Carroll, see if they ask her to drop a bunt down or see if she does here with 2 on and nobody out. Delaney Hahn waiting on deck.
Kylie was unsuccessfully able to drop a bunt down in the 1st inning. You got to figure that that's coming here again. As she turns the square.
Pops it up and just falls, and it's 0-1.
Coach Nelson going ahead and instructing Kylie that it's really tough to bunt that high pitch. And that ball was over her hands, and that's what Coach Nelson was saying. If it's over your hands, try to go ahead and pull that bat back.
0-1 to Carroll. Squares the bunt again, and that was a better attempt, but just off the end of the bat that time, and it's 0-2.
So no balls, 2 strikes. No outs here. Runners on first and second. Stofflet on first. Stofflet on second. Norton on first. We'll see if Coach Nelson goes ahead and allows Kylie to swing away here, or if he asks her to bunt one more time.
The 0-2. And that one hits her on the front foot, and that'll do for the Royals. Mistake there by Holzer, and there's bases loaded now for the number 9 hitter, Delaney Hahn. That was, they're gonna go over and talk to Kylie Carroll, because that was right on that front ankle, and make sure that she is all right. And that'll give us time to remind you that today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Made a Custom Apparel in Stevens Point. They provide quality decorated apparel from hometown schools and summer teams to corporate and team outings, along with promotional items and sporting goods. That's Made a Custom Apparel, Business Park, Stevens Point.
So coming in the game to run for the Royals is number 3, Jordan Jaglinski. She's going to enter the ball game to run for number 25, Jess Norton, the designated player. So no outs, bases full of Royals. Delaney Hahn at the plate, Anna Schooley on deck. If not Claire Nelson, Anna Schooley would be the appropriate answer for who you'd want to be on deck if you're the Royals. 6-4, they lead here in the bottom of the third, trying to go ahead and answer Cochrane-Fountain City's run. But bases full of freshman at third, sophomore at second, freshman at first.
And a freshman batting.
So one of those deals where we'll see if Coach Nelson is able to go ahead and use some of the coaching as there's a conference now at the mound with Holzer.
Reminder, today's broadcast also brought to you in part by Wisconsin River Orthopedics. They encourage you to stop living with the pain. Come see them, and let's get you back to living your life to the fullest. For joint pain, rehabilitation, urgent care, and more, come to Wisconsin River Orthopedics in Wisconsin Rapids.
Steve, over in Stratford, they've tied it up with Edgar, 2-2 in the bottom of the 5th inning, in what's been a heck of a ball game. And over in Auburndale, that game continues to be 0-0, as now we're in the bottom of the 4th inning as well. So Marewood South continuing to provide action.
The 1-0 is swung on and missed. And I'm sure the conversation between freshman and senior Aspenson and Holzer said, this is number 9 hitter, just go right after and see what we can do.
Absolutely.
The 1-1 strike. Infield plays in. Inside corner, good for a strike, and it's 1-2. Still nobody out, bottom of the 3rd inning. 6-4 Assumption. Anna Schooley awaits on deck. Stofflet, Jaglinski, and Carroll, the runners. The 1-2. That one missed low. 2-2.
Good eye by Delaney Hahn going ahead and working the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, really nowhere to put her. But again, Holzer, you can see definitely not wanting to go ahead and throw her anything too good, seeing if she would chase that low pitch, and she did not.
Bella looks to the dugout, wheels and deals. And that one almost hit her again, and it did. And she knew it right away, back-to-back hit-by pitches, and that'll bring in a run. As they say, an RBI the hard way that time for Delaney Hahn.
So everybody advances now. Jaglinski at 3rd, Carroll at 2nd, Hahn at 1st. Run comes in, so 7-4.
Yeah, that was no hesitation there for Delaney. She usually, if it rolls in there and it hits you, you stay there for a second. Threw the bat and went to first. She was ready to go.
Delaney figured, hey, we got ice. It's one of those deals where it was set to go in terms of how that works. That was always one of my favorite comments.
Sparhawk Trucking has become one of the area's leading trucking companies, reliably hauling for over 44 years. Come work for the best and learn more at SparhawkTrucking.com.
When I used to go ahead and umpire Rapids baseball, it was always one of my favorite comments from their dugouts, which was, we got ice and they were making sandwiches. I'll have a Reuben. It was just always a big one there in terms of where it goes. Again, as you take a look at, obviously, WIAA baseball action kicking off tonight as well.
Bases loaded for Anna Schooley with nobody out. 7-4 Assumption. Holzer fires home. Schooley looks at a ball low and away. Oh, that's a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls and a strike.
Painting the outside corner, Holzer with a really nice low outside fastball. Caught the corner, caught Anna a little bit off guard.
The 0-1. Going to be hit hard up along 3rd, and runs 0-2 now to Schooley with Kavanaugh on deck. Jaglinski, Carroll, Hahn, the runners. Sophomore, freshman, and a junior at the plate.
Bottom of the 3rd inning, 7-4 Assumption, but Anna Schooley with an opportunity to go ahead and double that lead with one swing of the bat.
The 0-2. Off-speed popped up behind first and drifting, and it's going to fall harmlessly. And another shot here for Anna Schooley.
New life. I would take a look at it. In the left field, there's a little bit of a rainbow umbrella. With Anna swinging, I might be tempted to bring that down. You never know when you're going to get a softball through it with the way that she's been swinging the bat as of late, Steve.
Thing for the Royals here is they got pretty good speed on the bases. Schooley, Holzer, fires, popped up behind third, over on it, and going to hit into the batting cage area, and it remains 0-2.
Coach Nelson, you can hear him coaching. Again, there's not a lot of experience on the base paths right now for the Royals. Coach Nelson really doing an outstanding job. You can hear it all the way up in the booth, coaching in terms of, hey, I want you on, I want you taking a lead, making sure that if Anna does put one in play, that he gets an opportunity to score that run.
Holzer comes set on the 0-2, back to Schooley. Going to be again fouled back and out of play. Remains 0-2. Whether you need residential, commercial, or industrial electrician work, you can rely on Econ Electric, where every job is done safe, done right, on time, every time. 0-2 here to Schooley again. The fifth pitch of the at-bat. The 0-2 misses low. And runs 1-2 Lacey Peeler, the outfielders for Cochrane-Fountain City. We're still only in the bottom of the third inning.
Also a great law firm to call if you get injured in an accident. Lacey, and Peeler.
The 1-2, look out over there. Kavanaugh looks and says, out there. And it remains 1-2.
Terrific. I'm not sure if you can catch that on camera, but Ari Kavanaugh encouraging her friend Anna, and not necessarily encouraging her to do better, encouraging her hit the ball that way. So Ari's got that big old elbow brace on, so she probably would have been okay, but it was one of those deals where Anna was just a bit early on the fastball, you would say.
1-2. Holzer sets and fires again. And just foul. And it will remain 1-2.
Again, Coach Nelson doing a really good job of going ahead and coaching his base runners over there in terms of where it goes. Like, you know, Steve, we talked about it so early in the year. The top part of his lineup has got so much softball experience, but the bottom portion is just athletic.
Yep.
Like, it's they just don't have a lot of experience. So, again, all these continue to be learning moments.
The 1-2. Off the end of the bat, Schooley staying alive just barely.
Anna Schooley, so tough to strike out. Big, long arms, used every inch that she had to go ahead and just fight off that nice changeup. Really a nice pitch call by Holzer there, or by Coach, and Holzer with good execution.
The 1-2 back. That one misses high. That's a wild pitch. Jaglinski will turn around and go back, and the ball is loose, and make sure everybody's all right. 2-2.
I thought Asperson did a really nice job of going ahead and springing up on that wild pitch, try to go ahead and get it back. Jaglinski did not get a great break off of third base, where it was kind of a half step, and the stutter, I think, is what caused Coach Nelson to go ahead and pull her back. 2-2 again with Schooley, Kavanaugh, and Nelson coming up. You don't want to be too aggressive and run yourself out of this inning.
2-2 coming back. Fires home. Hit to third. They're going to go home, and the runners are running, and they're going to have a double play. The Royal runners were now running, and just like that, there's 2 outs. Schooley will reach on the fielder's choice. Jaglinski out at home, and Carroll didn't run to third on the ground ball.
Not really quite sure what Kylie was thinking there, Steve. It's a ground ball put in play, especially when that ball came home. Even if she didn't get a great break, you would have thought that she would have gone ahead and taken off. But, again, we talked about the lack of experience from a base running standpoint for Assumption. So now runners on second and first, so Hahn and Schooley with Ari Kavanaugh up.
Kavanaugh looks at a strike in the inside corner, a single and a triple tonight for Ari, and it's 0-1.
Holzer with an outstanding opportunity to see if she can go ahead and work out of this inning with only giving up one run off of a bases-loaded jam.
The 0-1. Kavanaugh looks at a ball just a bit high, and it's 1-1. Claire Nelson on deck. Schooley and Hahn, the base runners. 1-1. Bella Holzer looks in. Gets one she likes on the 1-1. Misses high, 2-1.
Steve, over in Pepin-Alma, the Columbus Catholic Dons lead Pepin-Alma 3-1 in the top of the fifth inning.
Holzer fires. Kavanaugh rips it to right. Peeler back on it. And she's going to make the catch. And they do get out of the jam with a base loaded and nobody out. Nobody scores. Assumption did score once, but but the Royals leave 2. We've played 3. 7-4 Assumption. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fear, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Cafetieri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
It'll be 8, 9, and 1 due up here for Cochrane-Fountain City. Katie, thank you for tuning in. Cochrane-Fountain City has 4, 7-4 in favor of Assumption. Again, thank you for tuning in, and tell all of your friends and family as well as Assumption and Cochrane-Fountain City Regional Final Softball live and free on Zaleski Sports.
How about a little bit of an update from Bangor as Bella Thomas, Joe Johnson, and Brooklyn Chinnick have all qualified, so we'll have 3 Royals competing in the state track meet.
Big hit in Stratford. We'll have that in just a second. There's a swing and a miss to Sir, and it's 0-1. It was a 2 RBI double. 2 RBI double for Stratford, or for Edgar. They're in the top of the 6th inning, leading 4-2. And Voller comes back, and it's quickly 0-2 to Sir. And 2 more are going to score for the Wildcats. 6-2 Edgar in the top of the 6th inning, all with 2 outs. The 0-2 going to check her swing. Did not go, and it's 1-2.
Nice work by the umpire crew working together. Steve, what do you make of that? I mean, again, I know the Marywood South is tough. Stratford, Pancrats went ahead and shut down this Royal lineup. But for the 3rd time this year, that's going to be Edgar potentially looking to pull, I'm not even calling an upset anymore, but looking to go ahead and sweep Stratford. Yeah. Edgar below 500, on the year, but just seems to have their number as Macy Voller just missed his high. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, top of the 4th inning here at Robinson Park. Royals leading 7-4.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Voller to Sir. And got her right at the knees. And there's 1 away. That's a 6th Serve Pro Jamie Wenzel strikeout for Macy Voller. Call Jamie Wenzel a Serve Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never even happened. Might be a surprise. Elmwood, Plum City 5, Columbus Catholic 2. That's playoff baseball at Jack Hackman Field tonight.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. Columbus.
I think that's a 4-13 matchup, or 4. It might be.
Columbus is conference champions over in the Clover Bellies.
They
is
are.
that correct?
Yep.
So conference champion on the ropes. Again, lots of time there, but you can check that game out amongst others on Zaleski Sports.
There's a swing and a miss by Schmidt, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Sienna.
Oh, how about this? In the 10th inning, Score update from our friend Greg Scott. 0-0 New London and Lakeland. As I told you, Sailor Timmerman really going ahead and it's a tough out there when you take a look at it. Not only can she beat you with her arm, but she's one swing away from going ahead and leading her team to a regional championship.
2 balls and a strike to Sienna Smith, the number 9 hitter. She reached on an error her last time up, fouled straight back. And it runs 2 balls and 2 strikes with McKenna Aspenson awaiting on deck. Again, if you know of any score updates, pass them along here on Zaleski Sports. The one thing that Pepin-Olma has had against Columbus Catholic tonight is a lot of base runners. They just haven't scored. There's a swing and a miss by Smith, and there's 2 away. Strikeout number 7 for Macy Vollert.
Steve, a reminder that the winner of that New London-Lakeland game will travel to Mosinee next week on Tuesday for a sectional semifinal, taking on the Indians, who were victorious tonight over Shawano. So congratulations to friend of the show, Greg Scott, and the Mosinee Indians, who are regional champions, and we'll see who their opponent is.
I think the biggest thing for Mosinee is that they get to stay home, and Vollert works a 1-2-3 much-needed inning for the Assumption junior pitcher. We've played 3.5, 7-4 Assumption. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
Customize your next apparel order with Maida Custom Apparel of Stevens Point. Visit us today for custom baseball and softball apparel. Need help with a design? We have you covered. Our highly skilled staff will turn your idea into a reality with great quality screen printing. Or choose from a variety of embroidery options today. Visit us at our physical store or online at maidacustom.com.
Wisconsin River Orthopedics has been providing comprehensive care to Wood County for over 50 years. We offer urgent care for orthopedic pain and injuries, joint replacement, along with focused sports medicine care from evaluation to rehabilitation. Our facilities offer a spacious rehab center to get you back to doing what you love most, along with the latest technology in our ambulatory surgery center and a comfortable open MRI. Stop living with pain and limited range in your joints. Turn to Wisconsin River Orthopedics and get back to the way life is meant to be.
Claire Nelson to lead things off here for Assumption. A sacrifice fly and a double. She's got a couple of RBIs tonight for the Royals against Bella Holzer here, leading 7-4. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning here on Zaleski Sports. Thank you all for tuning in. A lot of great games on the network tonight as they start to wind down, and a number of teams' seasons will wind down at the conclusion of our broadcasts here tonight. First offering to Nelson, misses high for a ball, 1-0.
Steve, on a night where you were celebrating sectional track, do you know why the Orange lost the race?
Why the Orange lost the race?
Why did the Orange lose the race?
Why?
It ran out of juice.
Olivia's over here rolling her eyes. 1 ball and no strikes. Nelson right back up the middle, and Claire's got another base hit here to start the 4th inning with Macy Vollert coming up to bat here for the Royals.
You know, Steve, again, I not to dwell because mistakes happen in terms of where it goes, but the Royals had bases loaded, Schooley at the plate, Kavanaugh on deck, Nelson in the hole. It had an opportunity to feel like this game could have been 11-12-4. So for Cochrane-Fountain City to work their way through it, for Holzer to work their way through that is pretty impressive, as Nelson goes ahead and starts off the inning with a base hit. But it really does kind of make you wonder, what that could have been for Assumption. But in every ball game, there's some adversity to overcome. So Vollert up now with Nelson on first, seeing if she can go ahead and extend this lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
The 0-1 popped up. Going to be caught by the third baseman, Wegner, and there's 1 away. 1 away for Lydia Smits. Reached on there and singled her 2 at-bats here today.
The lone senior. So.
Lexi Stofflet on deck. Nelson at first with 1 out. We play in the bottom of the 4th inning here in this regional final. Winner plays next Tuesday. Location to be determined depending on the outcome. Smits to right, and it's off the glove of Peeler, and everybody will stay put. And that's going to be I give her a base hit there.
Yeah, Peeler has had a busy night, and he played really well over in right field for Cochrane-Fountain City. I'll keep an eye on it for you in terms of where it goes, but you are now in the top of the 7th inning. Edgar batting up 4-2 over Stratford in what many would assume Stratford, of course, the state qualifier last year, the Marywood South Conference champion, on the ropes at this point.
Stofflet, that's going to be over to third. They're going to get the lead runner, Nelson, for the second out, as Stofflet will reach on to fielder's choice. And there's runners at first and second with 2 away.
Re-entering the game is number 25, Lexi Stofflet, at the designated player position. So again, your designated player is allowed to come in and out, just kind of the one time. So now the next time, if Jess Norton, my apologies. Re-entering the game is a designated player, Jess Norton. Again, Jake Linsky came in to run for her. Designated player comes back in. That is the substitution for those of you keeping track at home. 2
on, 2 out. Jess a base hit her last time up. There's a swing and a miss just behind the fastball, and it's 0-1. Kylie Carroll to follow, followed by Delaney Hahn if we get there here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Holzer did a great job going ahead and reaching back for a little extra sauce on that one.
The 0-1 hit over to short, gobbled up, underhanded, and they're going to get the out at third to end the 4th inning. We have played 4 complete, 7-4 Assumption. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
Chili Implement, located just west of Marshfield in Chili, is your Kubota dealer in central Wisconsin. Big or small, Chili Implement has all the best equipment waiting for you. From farm tractors to lawn care, plus work and have fun in a Kubota side-by-side. Choose Chili Implement for your parts and service too. Chili Implement, open Monday through Saturday to serve you, and 24/7 online at chiliimplement.com. The Sports Den, located on Marshfield's sunny south side since 1975. The Sports Den has the area's best selection of outdoor equipment. Find top brands of snowshoes, cross-country and downhill skis, snowboards, swimming equipment, skateboards, and more. The Sports Den has a full-service bike repair center along with top bike brands, Specialized, Trek, and others. The Sports Den is Central Wisconsin's fat bike headquarters. Visit the Sports Den in Marshfield Monday through Saturday and thesportsden.net.
Addison Lacey to lead things off. Pop up and a single and a run scored for Addison today. It is 2, 3, and 4 for the Pirates. And now it's going to be popped up on the infield. Schooley makes the catch, and that's a big, big first out here in the 5th inning.
So both teams really have settled in here, Steve, in terms of where it goes. Both pitchers are really cruising along. Assumption up 7-4 here in the top of the 5th inning. But after what I would say both teams not having a terrific defensive start, both teams have really done a nice job of settling in.
Score from up north, Wabeno Leona and Newman Catholic after 5 complete. It is Newman Catholic 3. This was 20 minutes ago. Newman Catholic 3, Wabeno Leona 3. Thank you to our buddy Chad Holmes, who's calling that game up in Wabeno Leona tonight.
And as we last heard, it was 10-10 New London and Lakeland.
0-0 or 10-10?
Oh, excuse me. It was 0. my apologies. It was 0-0 in the 10th inning between New London and Lakeland. Again, Sailor Timmerman just throwing, the Arkansas.
I was going to say, what kind of Arkansas pitcher is giving up 10 runs in a regional final?
I was more impressed that Lakeland scored 10. What are you talking about? 1-10. It's tied in the 10th. How about that? It's been a good night, but there's so much exciting action. Trying to keep that straight, Steve, is pretty tough.
Kaukauna taking on Bayport tonight. Kaukauna looking for their 105th win in a row. The 1-2 here. Just swung on to miss, and another big strikeout for Vollert. And there's 2 away. Strikeout number 8 for Macy will bring up Aubrey Smith.
Also in Bangor, I had mentioned earlier that Bella Thomas, Joe Johnson, and Brooklyn Shinnick were all heading to state. How about if we add the boys 4x200 meter relay to the team? So
they just keep on breaking records, too. That 4x2 group.
Absolutely. Manny, Mason, Joe, and Owen all going ahead and punching their ticket to lacrosse. You ever been down for the state track meet, Steve?
We have not. We are sending somebody next week, though. Dan Lau is one of our newer employees. Fly ball to right. Kylie Carroll will make the catch and end the 5th inning. We'll talk a little bit more about state track and field when we come back, but a huge 1-2-3 inning in the 5th for Macy Voller to get 2, 3, and 4 out for Cochrane-Fountain City with no damage done. We played 4.5, 7-4 Assumption. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
Welcome. How may we help you?
New windows, new garage, new car, swimming pool, tuition. We're not talking scholarship here. And a vacation.
Our affordable home equity line of credit may be just what you need.
Medical expenses, braces for our youngest. How about the dog? Roof. How about the roof? And did I mention how long I wanted that vacation to be?
Your money, your life. How may we help you?
Little Sprouts Learning Garden with 2 convenient central Wisconsin locations. Here's Brooke Sievers to tell us about it.
Little Sprouts has been around for almost 7 years here in Auburndale. In Rudolph, we've been open for about 2.5. We serve here in Auburndale, we have 6 weeks old up until 12-year-olds. And then in Rudolph, we have 1-year-olds up until 12-year-olds. The biggest thing that we do with them is we have play-based learning so that they learn through play with each other. And social skills are a huge part of what we do with them.
Find Little Sprouts Learning Garden on Facebook today.
Kylie Carroll up next for Assumption. She just made the catch to end the top of this inning. Tried to bunt her way on and fouled it off. Fleet Farm. Pick up all your pets' favorites from Fleet Farm. Find everything from food and treats to toys and health products under one roof. From all the brands you trust, dogs or cats, they've got you covered. Shop your pets' everyday essentials at Fleet Farm.
The man's mall. If Fleet Farm doesn't sell it, you just simply don't need it.
Paul's got an update from Stratford here in just a moment as Carroll bunts it in front of home plate. Holzer steps low throw and a nice play over there at first by Smith, the second baseman, to retire Carroll.
You know, Steve, that probably feels like a minimal play, but I think it's important for Carroll to go ahead and get that bunt down. It may not be important in this particular inning, but getting the confidence and that repetition to be able to do it down the road is going to be something. So Steve said that I owed you an update, and I do. So in the bottom of the 7th inning over in Stratford, the Edgar Wildcats are leading the Stratford Tigers 7-2 behind.
Ball. That's a ball. Yep. Sorry.
Oh, no problems whatsoever. So 7-2, Edgar is leading Stratford in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, again, Stratford made an unbelievable run last year to the state tournament. Their first ever in girls softball for the Stratford Tigers.
Looks like Stratford has runners on first and third, so obviously it's not over yet, folks, but Stratford definitely on the ropes on their home field in the regional final.
The 1-1. Hahn fouls back, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Top of the order due up next, and with that, Mutual Wausau Insurance protects homes, farms, and businesses since 1875. Visit mutualwausau.com and find an agent near you. I'll have highlights of a lot of our games tomorrow. And Goddard looking on the outside corner. There's 2 away now for Anna Schooley. That is just the second Royal strikeout here tonight.
But Holzer has done a really nice job of keeping the Royals off kilter. After an explosive first inning for the Royals, Holzer has really done a nice job of settling in and working herself out of trouble in that 4th inning when, was the 4th inning or 3rd inning when the bases were full and she only gave up just that 1 run, keeping this at 7-4. So bottom of the 5th inning, 2 outs, Anna Schooley at the plate, Royals 7, Pirates 4. And what's been a very, very, very entertaining ball game, Steve.
Score update from Pepin Alma. Pepin Alma 5, Columbus Catholic 4. They're in the bottom of the 6th inning down there.
Score update from Stratford. They've pushed a run across 7-3 with now runners on second and third. One out, though, however, in that particular inning. While Stratford Tigers still trailing by 3 runs.
Strike to Schooley right at the knees, and it's 2 balls and a strike. Score from Auburndale. The Eagles, 2-0 over Marathon in the bottom of the 6th. That was going to be hit over to short again. Gobbled up nicely by Mann, and going to retire Schooley on a nice put out there to end the 5th inning. 3 up, 3 down. We played 5 complete. 7-4 Assumption. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
Buy 3 Goodyear tires and 1 is free has been extended at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Plus, get up to $200 back on 4 installed Goodyear tires when you use the Goodyear credit card. Buy 3 and 1 is free in March at Sherrill Tire and Auto. Find your location at SherrillTire.com.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
Hi, this is Jill from Home Furniture and Design. Since 1970 and 4 generations, our family has been proudly offering quality furniture like Lazy Boy, Serta, and Amish to Central Wisconsin. We also offer free in-home design with our professionally trained designers to help you create a space that is uniquely yours, whether it's just a sofa or the entire home.
You're gonna love it. You're gonna love home furniture.
West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
All right, welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids. We head to the top of the 6th inning here. It'll be 5, 6, and 7 for the Pirates. Again, more score updates here for you.
Steve, it's going to get real interesting over in Stratford as they've just pushed their 4th run across. They've got runners on first and second, still only 1 out, as the Tigers are trying to come back and save their season. So 7-4, they now trail Edgar, but 1 out, and Tigers now with the tying run at the plate.
Fowler gets a pop-up to shallow left, drifting over his Schooley in foul territory, and is going to make the play. And there's 1 up and 1 down.
Steve, you just cannot take for granted the range that Anna Schooley consistently shows. In that first inning, she went deep in the hole to go ahead and throw Asperson out to go ahead and keep a speedy runner off the base. And there, she makes a long running play look routine with the way that she just glides around the field. Nice play by Schooley to retire the first out.
DC Everest regional champions in girls softball, likely heading to New Richmond next week for a sectional semifinal. New Richmond, the winners of the Big Rivers Conference this year.
Steve, that sure feels like it's DC Everest and Spash setting up for a 3rd time for a trip with a trip to state on the line.
Yeah, and if it's anything like the first 2 games, 1-0, 1-0, that would be one for the history books. The 0-2 missed a bit high, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes.
So Macy Vollert going ahead and working a real nice ball game. She settled in. I didn't know if Coach Nelson and Coach Hill would eventually turn to Ari Kavanaugh the way that they have this year, but Macy has settled in and worked so methodically that it's a matter you just got to trust a hot hand as she gets her 2nd strikeout of the inning. So going as she gets a strikeout for the 2nd out of the inning, and the first was a fly ball to shortstop. So now that brings up
Amelia Lacey
with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Royals leading Pirates 7-4 here at Robinson Park in Wisconsin Rapids.
9th strikeout of the night for Macy Vollert. That was going to be caught. Was it caught? Either way, they're going to get the out, and that'll end the 6th inning. Another 3 up, 3 down here in the 6th. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It is 7-4 Assumption. Back after this, Zaleski Sports.
After a couple years of a job that doesn't fit, it's time for more money, more opportunity. That is where Mid-State Technical College comes in. Would cooking be a good fit? Try on a career in welding. Perhaps the outdoors suits you better. Or maybe helping people is a better fit. No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options, making Mid-State the perfect fit.
From humble beginnings in 1904,
The Wheatrick family has grown Grassland Dairy Products into one of the largest processors of butter in the nation. Based in Greenwood, Wisconsin, the family and its hundreds of employees continue their pursuit of providing high-quality products that can proudly be served in restaurants and homes across America.
So welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids here as you join us at Robinson Park with the Assumption Royals leading the Cochrane-Fountain City Pirates 7-4 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. In what's been a very entertaining ball game. Speaking of very entertaining ball games, we are keeping an eye on the action over in Stratford for you, where the Edgar Wildcats still lead the Stratford Tigers 7-6, but now there are 2 outs.
I think 7-7 now. I think a run just scored.
Oh, okay. So Stratford completing the comeback, seeing if now they can go ahead and cap it off. As Kavanaugh hits one down the right field line, but it's foul. So I don't think so yet, Steve.
Yeah, we'll see. Nothing in 2 to Kavanaugh.
Anyway, look at it. Stratford trying to come back. Edgar trying to hold on. We'll keep you updated as more scores come through from that regards. Ari Kavanaugh down, no balls, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
It's a changeup and a bloop to center field. That was a nice piece of hitting there by Ari Kavanaugh. Picks up another hit here for the Royals.
So Kavanaugh is a very speedy runner, important that he puts on base. The question now will become is that will Coach Nelson go ahead and allow her to try to swipe second base to get in scoring position for Claire Nelson, or will he just allow Claire to go ahead and see if he can advance her with the swing, trusting that Macy Vullert and Lydia Smits will come up afterwards?
Kavanaugh at first with nobody out. 7-4 here in the bottom of the 6th. There goes Kavanaugh. The throw down to second is in time, but Kavanaugh is going to be safe at second on the stolen base. Nice throw there by Aspenson. It is 7-7 with a runner at third. A wild pitch would probably win the game for Stratford. They were down 7-2 just a couple of minutes ago. Wow.
Such a luxury item for Coach Nelson and Coach Hill with the speed of Schooley and Kavanaugh at the top of this lineup.
The 1-0 to Claire. Going to be blooped to shallow left center field. That one's going to get down. Kavanaugh's going to try for third. She's going to slide, hit Kavanaugh. And runner will advance to second will be Nelson. Another base hit for Claire. Three base hits today for Nelson.
So it's an interesting piece of running by Kavanaugh there. Because of her aggressiveness, it forces a throw to third, allows Nelson to go ahead and move into scoring position, and that brings up the pitcher, Macy Vullert, with a chance to go ahead and add 2 very important insurance runs.
And another time here for the Cochrane-Fountain City infield to play up with nobody out. First offering to Macy is good for a strike. Jason Zaleski bringing you excitement over in Stratford. We got excitement here in Wisconsin Rapids as well.
How about in the middle of the 12th inning, New London and Lakeland still tied at 0-0.
The 0-1 fouled back, has nothing in 2.
You know, Steve, it's interesting. A game where you don't have a run to say that that's exciting softball, but 0-0 has got to be exciting softball.
I can't even imagine what the anxiety level and everything is over in New London here tonight. And they go to the 8th in Stratford, tied at 7. Wow. Now it's going to get past. Kavanaugh's going to try and score. A slide is safe. Did not get the tag in time. The ball was there. Tag did not happen in time. And we had a very good look at it up here. Just not in time, and a run scores.
The definition of a bang-banger there. Again, Kavanaugh's speed. Great piece of hitting, going ahead and blooping the ball in the center field. Steals second, advances to third on a seeing eye single by Nelson, and then goes ahead and scores on the pass ball. Or maybe wild pitch. I'm not really quite sure. Whatever.
And now Vollert to right in front. It's going to fall in front of Peeler. Vollert's going to try for second, and an RBI double for Macy.
2 very important runs for the Royals as they extend that lead to 9-4 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Once again, the top portion of the lineup, Kavanaugh, Nelson, Vullert going ahead and being productive, and that brings up the center fielder, number 8, Lydia Schmidt.
Lydia has been on base all 3 times, a couple of singles for Lydia.
Auburndale has busted it open with a 6-0 lead in the bottom of the 6th over Marathon.
And so has Pepin Alma. The winner of this game will take on the winner of that game. They go to the 7th. Last shot for Columbus Catholic, trailing 9-4 to Pepin Alma. If Pepin wins and Assumption wins, we'll have Pepin Alma here. And a nice play again. Good defensive play by Aubrey Smith again at second base, and there's one away.
Steve, she has been nothing short of impressive with the glove over there tonight. Such a sure-handed second baseman.
And now Lexi Stofflet, double, single, fielder's choice. She's been on base all 3 times as well. Can appreciate everyone tuning in here on Zaleski Sports tonight and all season long. It's been a long school season, but it has just blown by. It's just blown by, and again, a blink of an eye before you know it. What day is today? Thursday. In 3 months. 3 months from tonight, our first high school football game in 3 months.
Well, Steve, speaking of blown by and things that have gone by fast, so you're in the top of the 6th inning. Elmwood, Plum City leading Columbus Catholic baseball 5-4. Runners on first and second, only 1 out for Elmwood Plum City in what can only be described as a upset brewing.
Offering home misses. 2 balls and a strike to Stofflet.
So 3 balls.
2 and 1.
Oh, 2 and 1.
2 balls and a
1
strike. 9-4 Assumption. We play in the bottom of the 6th. And right at the knees, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Stofflet.
Stofflet with 2 hits on the evening, both to right field, a double in the first inning, and an important single the last at bat, looking to go ahead and see if she can knock Claire Nelson in with the ball in play. Or Lydia Smith, excuse me. Nelson scored on the last play. So it's Lydia Smith over at
Macy's over there.
It's Macy Vollard, excuse me. My apologies. Macy Vollard over at third base. Stofflet looking to go ahead and drive in a run nonetheless.
Auburndale with 3 more runs in the 6th inning. Well, they didn't get to the 6th, but they got to 1. And a play at the plate. Vollard scores feet first. And another run here for the Royals.
Again, aggressive base running by Coach Nelson over at third base tonight all night long. He had the runner throw it out at third, but that's one of the staples of this Royals team is just going ahead and being aggressive on the base pass, forces you to go ahead and make the play. As Assumption picks up 3 big insurance runs, now extending that lead to 10-4 here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
And Lexi draws a 1-out walk. So Auburndale is well on their way to a sectional, leading Marathon 7-0. They head to the top of the 7th inning. They are heading to the bottom of the 8th in Stratford, 7-7. Stratford and Edgar. First offering to Jess Norton is fouled back into the screen, and it's 0-1.
Steve, you have to admit, Stratford's showing the heart of a champion.
Yeah.
Down as big as they were in that last inning, I think you could have very easily gone ahead and seen them kind of melt away, but they were able to go ahead and respond in a nice manner.
Playing the top of the 6th in at Jack Hackman in Marshfield. Norton looks at a ball high and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. And Lexi back over at first. Good reminder, if you have any score updates, pass them along to us here on Zaleski Sports in the chat box. Pepin Alma leads Columbus Catholic 9-4 in the top of the 7th. Columbus Catholic's season looking like it's going to come to an end. A game shorter than last year. They came here to Wisconsin Rapids and got beat by Assumption, a sectional last year.
Of course, Steve, the winner of that game plays the winner of this game here in terms of where it goes. It would be at Pepin Alma if Cochrane-Fountain City is able to go ahead and secure the win. It's going to be right back here if Assumption hangs on.
2nd for 1. They get the out at second. And Jess is going to reach on a fielder's choice, and Charlie Nelson asks Rob Schill if they're going to have her hit again, and they agree. They agree no, and so then they will send in Jordan Jaglinski once again to run at first base with 2 outs. Kylie Carroll at the plate, strikeout, hit by pitch, and a bunt, or a ground out on a bunt back in the 5th.
Now, with this substitution, what ends up happening with is that Jordan Jaglinski would enter the ball game and would become the would become the designated player. So Jess Norton's night is retired. Jaglinski now enters the ball game and becomes the designated player. Every time you do that, it's a sub in, sub out. It's not a courtesy runner situation. So it is an entry. So Jaglinski now in the game.
Kylie Carroll at the plate. The runner at first and 2 outs. There's a swing and a miss. Oh, there is a final score from New London. They beat Lakeland 1-0. And Mike Wenlett just messaged me here that he says, epic game just ended. 40 combined strikeouts. Sailor Timmerman had 23 strikeouts in that game and only gave up 2 hits. There's a swing and a miss, and that'll end the 6th inning. Last shot here for the Pirates. We go to the 7th. 10-4 Assumption. Back after this on Zaleski Sports.
Bauer & Feind has been based in Marshfield since 1955. And if you're in business that long, you're obviously doing many things right. We always focus on selling world-class products, backing it up with world-class customer support.
Working with Bauer & Feind Business Technologies has been a pleasure. We have staff on call that we can call if we ever have issues, and the printer usability has been really easy, user-friendly.
Give us a call, visit our website. We'd be happy to come in, talk to you. Maybe there's a way we can help you save some money and work more efficiently.
Why work for Staub Construction?
Everybody around you is just family.
Everybody seems to bond together and get along good, and
they, I believe, truly care about their employees.
Staub has a great benefits package.
Staub is an employee-owned company that puts a large emphasis on work-life balance.
And everybody wants to see everybody succeed.
It's a good place to work.
Join the team at Staub Construction. Apply now at staubco.com.
We go to the 8th inning, or not the 8th inning here. We're the 8th inning at Stratford, pardon me. It'll be Ariana Sir to lead things off here for the Pirates. Reminder, tonight's broadcast brought to you by Culligan Water. Get Culligan Water for only $9.95 a month for the first 3 months. Visit Sterling Culligan Water at CulliganH2O.com. That's Culligan20.com. 10-4 Assumption. Regional final title on the line, and the first offering is swung on and missed.
You know, Steve, Macy Vullard has pitched a whale of a ball game tonight. Despite the only inning where she gave up runs was that 3rd inning where her defense behind her had a few questionable, shaky plays in terms of ball here and a weird spin there and what have you. But Macy has done a really nice job shutting down this Cochrane-Fountain City lineup tonight, as she now has a 6-run lead here in the top of the 7th inning, trying to go ahead and give Assumption a regional championship, at least 3 straight regional championships. Might be longer than that. Might be something that we ask Coach Nelson and Coach Schill in the post-game show.
No balls and 2 strikes for Vollert here. Royals 10 runs on 15 hits tonight for the Lady Royals, and just holding Cochrane-Fountain City to that one big inning. 4 runs on just 4 hits for the Pirates tonight so far.
You know, Stephen, I would think that even if you're Coach Nelson and you're Coach Schill, providing that, of course, you hang on to win this game, that big inning probably is a good thing for your team. It not only does it give you an opportunity to coach them up a little bit, but you get a chance at some point during the playoffs, you're going to get tested, you're going to face some adversity. You know, that's probably a good spot for the Royals to go ahead and grow up and mature a little bit. Still, as I said before, on the corners and in the outfield, there's a lot of inexperience in this team.
I think we fouled up along 3rd, and remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sir, Schmidt, and Aspenson for the Pirates here in the 7th. They need a huge inning to keep their season alive. Again, Royals if they win, will likely host Pepin Alma on Tuesday. Grounded back to Vollert. And there's one away here in the 7th inning. Quality Plus Printing in Wisconsin Rapids can help your business with all of your printing service needs, banners, labels, postcards, programs, and so much more, all with quality custom work, quick turnaround time, and great customer service. Visit qpprinting.com. Quality Plus Printing, getting your words out in Wisconsin Rapids. We've been – there's a swing and a miss, and we have talked about it. We had talked about it so much, and we continuously do. Just the impressive defensive play. Obviously, Macy has done a very wonderful job, and it made me think of it on that ground out. But just how well pitchers in the area have played their position in the circle defensively so well this year. The 0-2 to Vollert, or from Vollert, misses high.
In order to compete in the Marywood South, Steve, you just have to have a pitcher, because every night you face, whether it be Jankowski over in Newman or Griesbach over in Auburndale, or Pankratz, who now is a member of the regional champion Stratford Tigers, who complete the comeback. So they go into the 7th inning trailing, bottom of the 7th inning trailing 7-2. They go ahead and tie it up in the 7th. They win it in the 8th. Congratulations to Stratford, really showing a gutsy, heart of a champion performance as Macy Vollert strikes out Serena Schmidt for the 2nd out of the inning. And now Cochrane-Fountain City down to their last out, as up comes number 24, McKenna Aspenson.
So it looks like Tria Tubbs may have been the hero tonight for Stratford, but again, they win and walk off Edgar 8-7 to claim a regional title. McKenna Aspenson, last shot here. That one's going to be popped up shallow center, and their season will continue with a Texas Leaguer base hit there for Aspenson.
Aspenson going ahead and employing her dugout to go ahead and make some noise. It was with 2 outs. That's when a rally can start.
And that's you talk about how well Macy has pitched tonight. As a leadoff hitter, that's her first hit of the game for McKenna Aspenson. So being able to hold down a leadoff hitter that well is pretty impressive. Going to be popped up over on it. Hahn, she makes the catch, and the Royals are regional champions here in 2024 with a 10-4 win over the Cochrane-Fountain City Pirates here tonight. And Delaney Hahn making a nice play there to end the ball game here tonight.
First of all, thank you to the players.
Outstanding game. Congratulations to Cochrane-Fountain City on an outstanding season, and good luck to their seniors as they go on to their next ventures in life. So we'll get the trophy presentation here. Ava Schill is going to be handing over the plaque here. She's going to be handing over the plaque here this year for the Royals. We'll be on the field, talk to Macy Vollert here in just a little while.
The Assumption coaches to go out to the pitching mound to receive the championship, the regional championship, from a beautiful young lady. This young lady pitched in the state tournament. She pitched in the state tournament championship game the last 2 years.
Nope.
Okay.
Congratulations to the Assumption Royals, who have received their regional championship plaque as they are able to go ahead and emerge victorious over Cochrane-Fountain City.
Spend a little time, you'll come back in here and we'll go on with a couple.
Hi, I'm Shad from Next Step Prosthetics. 5 years ago, we opened our practice to provide life-changing prosthetics that are both comfortable and functional.
I would definitely recommend Shai.
Shai is very compassionate, caring.
We've grown to serve patients throughout Wisconsin. We want to thank them, their families, and providers who have trusted us on their journey.
Go to Next Step, because it's going to change your life.
Why wait another day? Call to set up a free, no-obligation evaluation. Let us take the next step together towards a better life.
Welcome back to Wisconsin Rapids as the Assumption Royals 2024 regional champions here this year. They take down Cochrane-Fountain City 10-4 here tonight. 10 runs on 15 hits. They left a couple or 6 runners on base, but a pretty gutsy performance and a big win here for the Royals tonight.
Yeah, Steve, you know, we were here on night one. Actually, we weren't here. We were over in Wisconsin Rapids at the Quadplex on night one when this Royals team lost to Sevastopol. And, you know, we didn't know what the season was going to hold. Then they went ahead and they were able to go ahead and really go to Laconia, where they were able to score a couple big wins. They beat Auburndale in an early season win, put themselves in the spot to win a conference championship. Unfortunately, Stratford kind of spoiled those plans. So once again, you didn't quite know how they were going to respond, and the response tonight was just nothing short of impressive. They jumped out with 4 early runs. Anna Schooley got that started in the top of the first inning with a great play from short, where I felt really set the tone, and then Assumption really led the whole way through. They had built a 6-0 lead. They withstood a little bit of a fielding blunders, if you will, in that third inning. Cochrane-Fountain City showed a lot of heart. And the Royals at that point were led by Macy Vollert, who was just able to settle in and not allow another earned run since. So 10-4 final here. Royals are victorious over the Pirates, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and host next Tuesday Alma Pepin, as I believe that they scored a victory over Columbus Catholic tonight over in Alma. Is that correct?
Yep, 9-4 Pepin Alma over Columbus Catholic, and that will be the matchup sectional semifinal on Tuesday next week. We'll have that game here for you on Zaleski Sports. For Paul Jaglinski and Olivia Zimmerman, this is Steve May signing off. Final score, the Assumption Royals 10 and Cochrane-Fountain City 4, as they are, again, regional champions here in 2024. So long, everybody. Have a great weekend. I'll be back with you on Saturday as the Wisconsin Rapids Redhawks get ready to start their season, or their home season, against the Merrill Rangers. We'll have that game for you on Saturday afternoon here on Zaleski Sports. Have a great rest of your night. We'll talk to you again next time here on Zaleski Sports.